Hello and welcome to Newsroom series on Channels Television. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Let's begin with our top stories. We begin with judiciary matters. A High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, has issued an order of interlocutory injunction restraining the 27-member Martin Amahuele led River State House of Assembly from parading themselves as lawmakers. Well, the order, which was issued by Justice Charles Wali of the River State High Court, Port Harcourt Division, in a suit marked PHC 1512 CS 2024. Well, that suit, which had the Victor Oko Jumbo and the two other lawmakers loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara as plaintiffs, had Mr. Martin Amahuele and other members of the Assembly who had defected from the APC listed as defendants, but also listed were Governor Fubara, the Attorney General of the state, and the Chief Judge of River State. And granting the interlocutory injunction, Justice Wali issued an order as follows. And an order of interlocutory injunction was granted restraining the first to the 25th defendants from parading and then holding out themselves as members of the River State House of Assembly and or meeting and sitting at the auditorium of the House of Assembly quarters, which is located at the Old Aba Road in Port Harcourt, or at any other place whatsoever to purport the carry out of legislative business of the River State House of Assembly, their legislative seats having been declared vacant pending the hearing and the determination of the substantive suit. An order of interlocutory injunction was hereby made, causing restraining of the 26th to the 28th defendants from dealing with, interfacing, accepting any resolution, bills, and or whoever interacts with the first to 25th defendants in their purported capacities as members of the River State House of Assembly, the legislative seats having been declared vacant with effect from the 13th of December 2023, pending the hearing and the determination of that. Well, the case has now been adjourned to the 1st of July 2024 for mention. And the Supreme Court in Nigeria has ordered the 36 state governors to file their respective defense to the suit instituted against them by the federal government. The federal government is seeking for full autonomy for the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. The court also ordered the Attorney General of the Federation, Latsi Fagbemi, to file his reply within 2 days after receipt of their defense. Leading a 7-man panel, Justice Garba Lawal issued the order while ruling on an application for abridgment of the time argued by the AGF. Justice Lawal said that the decision of the court was predicated on the national urgency for the suit and the non-objection for the Attorneys General of the states of the Federation. The Supreme Court held that filing of all processes and exchanging of same must be completed within the time and subsequently fixed for June the 13th for hearing of the suit. Justice Lawal ordered that the 8 states that were not in attendance at Thursday's proceedings must be served with fresh hearing notice. The states are Borno, Kano, Kogi, Niger, Ogun, Osun, Oyo and Sokoto, whose attorneys general were absent in court despite being served with hearing notice. And as the clock ticks towards September the 21st, 2024, governorship election in Edo State, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu is in the state for an on-the-spot assessment of INEC following the flood that ravaged the headquarters just last weekend. Professor Yakubu, who is being led by INEC officials around the main building, also inspected broken-down vehicles in the office. He then moved to the Western Boys High School in Ipobaoka local government area. Well, let's now turn our attention to the North Central area as part of activities lined up to mark President Bola Tinubu's 1 year in office. Another projected, monitored and completed by the minister, a project which has been monitored, completed by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Nyesom Wike, is the Wuye flyover link bridge in the Wuye district in the Federal Capital Territory. Mr. Wike says the project was awarded 15 years ago at the cost of 34 billion naira. It was later doubled to get the work done. The FCT minister appreciates President Tinubu for supporting his ministry to bring back hope to the community.
If anybody is very familiar with this terrain, you will know that they will appreciate what you have done. This job was awarded in 2009. 15 years thereabout, at the cost of 34 billion naira. But before you came in May 29, it was reversed to 74 billion. So you can imagine 15 years we are struggling to construct just one interchange. And you can imagine the hardship the people here had faced. The business activities, of course, will crumble. But to the glory of God, and by your determination, and that is why you have said that your intention or your mission is to bring back hope that has been lost. So people of this area will always appreciate you and thank you for this interchange. It is not about how many kilometers. No, it's about the importance of the interchange. And I want to sincerely thank you that me and the Honorable Minister of State were happy to be part of this New Hope mantra, that we are part that is contributing, and today Nigerians can see that really when he says something, it comes to reality.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu commended the FCT minister and his team for working tirelessly to ensure the completion of the flyover. The president says the infrastructural project is a testament to the government's commitment to the people to significantly improve traffic flow in the district and the surrounding areas.
As we inaugurate this engineering infrastructure in Wuye district of Federal Capital Territory, it's just another one in the series of commitments you made to the people and the government that you will definitely make a difference. And you are making it, including waves. Thanks to your team, all of you have worked together to deliver a good example to the people of Nigeria. We celebrate not just the infrastructure, but also the empowerment of the Wuye community and the fulfillment of promises made several years back. Government say continue. The best way to achieve greatness is to look forward, aspire for great results, and not look at obstacles. See opportunity from the obstacles and grab it. We are investing in essential services such as water supply, electricity, and road network. We are laying the groundwork for economic growth and prosperity, social progress, and improvement in the quality of life for all residents of Abuja Capital Territory. With the completion of this project, we will witness a fast improvement in traffic flow within the district and the adjoining district. The completion of this facility brings security of life close to our people, making the people central focus of our development. And that is the way democracy should work.
And as part of activities to mark the 6th year anniversary of the Governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, several projects have already been commissioned and others have started already, with the governor saying that he has fulfilled the social contract with Kwarans through deployment and development of the state. One of the projects commissioned is the compressed natural gas station, where he directed 20 vehicles to be changed from petroleum to gas usage.
This is the 6th year anniversary of the Kwara State Governor, and he's marking the occasion with activities of projects commissioning and foundation laying. The first master plan for Ilorin, the state capital, was developed over 40 years ago, and the present government believes it's necessary to have a more modern one that fits present times. This informs the launch of this Ilorin master plan and smart city. The governor and his team are here to commission the Adeta Oloje Yebumot Road. The road, which is close to the newly renovated roundabout, is a sight to behold.
This road is more than just a transportation artery. It is a lifeline connecting our people, businesses, and communities. It is a catalyst for economic growth and sustainable development.
It turns out to be a very busy day as the team moves to commission a compressed natural gas station as part of the policies of the federal government to encourage the use of gas instead of PMS.
What you are witnessing here today is just a first step in many, many steps yet to come to ensure we take Nigeria to a more prosperous and a developed future. And the president, in determining to move Nigeria away from that, said we should stop using petrol and diesel, so expensive yet so unreliable, so unsafe, even yet so dirty. That instead, our country being a gas country, that have access to cheap gas, safer gas, cleaner gas, more reliable gas, should move to gas.
An impressed governor announces the immediate conversion of 20 vehicles from the government fleet to gas.
Eventually, all our buses, Soludera and other transport vehicles will be converted to CNG. We expect this transition for many commercial vehicles as possible over the next few months. It's cheaper, and it's good for the environment.
The last port of call for the team is the assessment of the newly renovated relaxation spot called Flower Garden, where the governor relaxed for some minutes. The project's commissioning exercise will continue in the coming days as the government fulfills its promises of delivering the dividends of democracy.
Our Newsroom series returns in just a moment to find out the latest governor commemorating his 1 year in office. Please stay with us. Welcome back. As part of activities to commemorate Governor Umaru Bango of Niger State's 1 year in office, the governor has commissioned 200 compressed natural gas buses in Minna. He explains that this initiative is in line with his administration's commitment to reduce the hardship faced by the people using public transportation across major towns after the removal of fuel subsidy in the country. Governor Bango also says the state is already constructing CNG gas station in Minna, the state capital, which is in collaboration with NNPCL.
We have a collaboration with NNPC right now. CNG buses has been built across the road inside the NSTA garage. And again, in the interim, we have skids that are going to be carrying gas like a peddler, with the CNG in them so that they can power them. But CNG does not burn like petrol. It lasts very, very long. So a full tank of this will do 3 weeks, plying. So it means this is affordable and it's clean. Again, to your other question of sustainability, we are running government differently. We are running government like an enterprise. There is no way we invest this kind of money here and throw it to the pits. So we have created an SPV called the Niger State Transport Company, which is going to be private sector driven to ensure accountability and sustenance.
Well, the governor also announced other welfare packages for civil servants in the state.
We are committed to the welfare of the citizenry of Niger State. So I have a message to our civil servants. I have approved 25 billion naira for the payment of pension and gratuity owed civil servants. Again, I have approved the promotion of any civil servant that has been on his seat and is due for promotion immediately. We have approved the renovation and remodeling and reconstruction of the State Secretariat to give us a befitting secretariat. I have also approved the construction of a new judicial complex to accommodate the judiciary and in the 3-arm zone.
And from Niger State, we head to Kogi State, where kingmakers in Mopa area are asking for the Kogi State High Court to intervene in the selection and nomination of the Elulu of Mopa in Kogi State. At the hearing of the suit, counsel to the kingmakers informed the court that the installation of Muiwa Ibeo as the Elulu of Mopa on the 17th of May 2024 is a violation of an order asking parties to maintain status quo.
The courtroom is filled as traditional rulers, kingmakers and title holders from Mopa land occupy every available space at the Kogi State High Court. They are here to challenge the installation of a new Elulu of Mopa. With the commencement of the hearing, lawyer to the kingmakers informed the court of his application to join other parties to the suit. He explains that the order of the court asking parties to maintain status quo has been disobeyed with the installation of a new Elulu of Mopa.
The defendants, knowing fully that there's a pending ruling before the court today, which eventually may turn out to maybe we'll get an interim order stopping them, they hurriedly, on the 17th day of May, installed one Muiwa Ibeo as the Elulu of Mopa, against the order of court, wherein the court ordered that all parties should maintain status quo. Yes, that order has been breached by installing the said Muiwa Ibeo as the Elulu, while the action is still pending in court.
Although the counsel to the defendants was not available for comment, the Oba of Iloke Mopa explains why they are in court.
We came to court to get justice because we feel we are cheated and the protocols that our fathers laid down were not followed.
The traditional ruler further explains the rotational agreement between the 4 ruling houses of Mopa.
In our community, we have 4 ruling houses. 2 at Odole Mopa, 2 at Iluki Mopa. At Odole Mopa, we have Ajeni, we have Aisa. At Iluki, we have Ilegema, and we have Patia. Ajeni has had his turn, Legema has had his turn, Aisa has had his turn, remaining Patia. Now, for one reason or the other who nobody knows, people that are not in the ruling circle came in and want to snatch what belongs to Patia.
The traditional rulers and kingmakers are challenging the selection and nomination process proclaimed by the regent of Mopa land, which expanded the ruling houses from 2 to 3 to accommodate the Ikejis, who they claimed are not part of the ruling houses.
The governor of Kogi State, Mr. Usman Ododo, is assuring residents that his administration will continue to provide quality health care for the people of the state, especially the rural dwellers. The governor stated this in Lokoja, the state capital, during the flag-off of the distribution of medical equipment and consumables for all healthcare facilities in the state and the commencement of the seasonal malaria prevention program for children. In Kwara State, the governor has commended the federal government for the 4 major road projects in the state, totaling 281 kilometers. He gave this commendation while inspecting the 42.5-kilometer Eyekori Afon Ojoko Ofa Odo Road project, which he believes will open vast socio-economic opportunities along that corridor. It is one of the 4 major roads that the state governor, Abdul Razak, facilitated under the federal government's tax credit scheme.
While particular about infrastructure, the president talked about $1 trillion economy, Niger being $1 trillion economy by the time he finishes his administration. To achieve $1 trillion economy, you have to have the basic infrastructure to do that. Now, this is part of that infrastructure, opening up our economy to produce. We have to produce to survive. We have to produce to export. This opens up the agrarian economy, manufacturing economy of not just Kwara, of other states, but I'm talking in particular about Kwara. What has the president done for us? And the future is bright for Nigeria. The right steps are being taken. Without this sort of infrastructure, we will not be able to compete in the world. We will not be able to compete under the African Free Trade Agreement. That's where we want to compete, first of all, before we take on the whole world. And this sort of infrastructure is what will take us there.
And to politics now, the All Progressives Congress National Working Committee has backed Governor Hyacinth Alia on his record development in Benue State in the last 1 year, asking him to ignore all political distractions and focus on his campaign promises to the people. The Deputy National Secretary of the party, Mr. Festus Fountaire, along with the National Woman Leader, Dr. Mary Alile Dele, made this remark at the colloquium to mark Governor Hyacinth Alia's first anniversary, noting that the construction of 16 township roads are visible developments that may have caused panic from political detractors. And that's it on this edition of Newsroom series on Channels Television, focusing on the North Central region. We'll join us again tomorrow for more. Thank you for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu.